Hello everyone and welcome back to the Hardcore 1.20 Let's Play. Last episode we brought our first villager into our area and got a mending trade, so we've got a supply of mending books that we could buy, and that makes me feel a little bit more confident that we're prepared to go to the Nether today. However, our armor could still be better. I've got some books from fishing, like blast protection and unbreaking that we could use since I don't have a lot of XP, but we can disenchant everything except my pants. And I'll go for some second level enchantments on everything to see what we get. Although, Depth Strider 3 is a really good enchantment that I've been wanting. Hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, that was like half an hour of fishing, but this will be worth it. Oh, and protection. Okay, that's good. And I'll enchant the rest of the armor. I ended up with Unbreaking 3 and bonus respiration on my helmet. Now we can make use of the books down here. I'll start by picking out the books with anything that would be good for armor. Okay, we've got quite an assortment, but I know that I want to have blast protection on my chest plate, which I think is the best thing. And now everything has a form of protection on it, so that means we can put the fire protection books back. All I've got left really is Unbreaking books and another protection 3, which I can put on my boots. And my boots don't have Unbreaking, so I'll add that on as well. With that, we're officially out of levels. But our armor is looking a lot better. Now before we get the portal built, and I'm not avoiding going to the Nether, I'm definitely not afraid, but I'm planning on setting the Nether portal up across the river, which means that we need a little bridge going across just here. So let's grab a little spruce, and a bunch of deep slate, and stone. First we need to put the basic curve down to make sure it looks right. That's looking like a bridge. Next we need some pillars and shading. Perfect. And finally the actual walkway, using some spruce slabs. There, that makes the little bridge complete. It's not much, but it fits in well, and we can easily get across the river now. And I think we're ready for the Nether. I want to revisit some ruined portals that we've come across to get the obsidian and gold, and I think I found a mending chestplate in one of them. Gold, that is, not diamond or anything, but I don't remember where it was. So let's do some exploring in areas we've traveled in the past. Let's go, Stan. Hey, we found one. I don't know if we've seen this one before or not, but it's got lots of gold pants, with some cool enchantments on them. This will do for our gold armor that we need, and we can take the obsidian. I think that this alone is enough to make a full portal. We really don't need anything else, other than the gold block up here. I'll turn the blocks to ingots so that we can trade with piglins if we run into any, and we need more levels to combine these. So I'll call the cowherd real quick. I'll combine the mending and unbreaking pants, and we've got a fire protection book on a shelf in here somewhere, which will be very helpful in a pair of solely nether pants. I'll make sure Daisy stays safe in a bed in the house while we hop into another dimension, and let's stock up on food. Now there's nothing else to do but build the portal. Oh, I need lots of cobblestone, I almost forgot. That was close. Okay, now I think we're ready. And here we are. It's a crimson forest, which is the worst possible thing. I am really terrified of hoglins. I need to get a cobblestone shell around my portal as soon as possible. Okay, I've carved out a little space in the wall here, and we can have a door opening on this side. I'm mainly here to get soul sand and quartz so that I can make redstone parts for some basic farms. And it would be nice to find some other biomes, so I'm going to cautiously explore. Hey, a bit of quartz. This is off to a good start. And glowstone will be good to have. I'm moving farther and farther away from my portal in hopes that we can get out of this danger forest. I just heard a hoglin growl. Maybe I'll just try digging through to find another biome. Oh, it was just a child. Still, I'm too scared to face the open forest. Oh god, I was just mining some quartz and I watched a hoglin spawn right before my eyes. I hate it here. Screw this, I'm going back into my safety tunnel. Oh no, I was heading back to my portal to drop some quartz and I've run into a hoglin. Okay, I am on a cobble pillar, so I should be safe. if I can hit him from here without getting hit myself. There we go, we're having cooked pork for dinner. Come back here, don't retreat now. Ha, I've done it. I'm the master of the Nether. Oh god, there's another one. I know we've got a warped mushroom thing near the doorway, so that should deter them. If only I could find a warped forest, I could make the whole area around the portal safe. Okay, I've dropped off some items at home to clear my inventory. And maybe let's try this direction, since all I've found that way is death and destruction. And there is still a hoglin camping my door, so I'll just dig my way out. There are a lot of piglins around this way. Do you think I could get this guy to trade something good? Ooh, crying obsidian, not bad. Oh, we've got another one. I've traded all of my gold and got a few random things. The important one is soul sand. At least that's something I don't have to search for. There is a soul sand valley over there though. I don't really want to go into it since I've got the soul sand. So I'm going to see if I can get to that nether waste, which should be relatively safe. Oh god, a ghast saw me. Ow. Let's hide under a tree. Okay, round 2. We might make it. The terrain in the nether is awful. I forgot about it, but in hardcore it's so scary. You know what, we've hit a wall going into a basalt delta, and this seems like another great time to resort to digging a tunnel. Okay, I've dug through the basalt delta, and I've been running around the nether waste, and I keep hitting dead ends. I also don't have the inventory space to carry anything else, so it seems like a good time to turn back and continue this on a day where I'm feeling braver. Plus there's danger balloons all over the skies. I'm definitely ready to go home. At least when we come back we'll have a tunnel to get us back here easily. Wow, coming back I can see how close our portal was to the edge of the forest on this side. I could have avoided a lot of hoglins, I guess. Alright, we're back home, and I've never been so happy to see the sun, even if it is going down. That's better. But this isn't much of a nether entrance with the portal just sitting by itself on the hill. We do have the bridge leading to it, but it looks very random at the moment. We can start by smelting down the netherrack we got, because nether bricks look a lot better for building in my opinion. I'll also use a lot of the darker varieties of deep slate, so we can make a few stacks of tiles and some bricks. This is another build where I want to use lots of cherry wood, so we need a bunch of cherry logs. I think the fastest way to get these is to go straight to the source in the cherry grove. That's all the cherry wood I'll need. Next, I'll grab a glass bottle to turn a couple stacks of dirt into mud down in the basement. I haven't used copper in a build yet, other than for the window outlines on the enchanting tower, but I want to use a good bit today. So I'll make a little under a stack of copper slabs. We don't have honeycomb yet, so they'll just age down until we have bees. I also am going to use more muddy mangrove roots that we can only get in the swamp. So Stan gets to go on another adventure today. The mangrove swamp is so pretty. It's a shame that I only ever come here to destroy the biome. While we're in the warm biome area, we might as well gather some acacia wood that I need. Next, I'll gather the terracotta that's been sitting in this chest since we explored that trail ruin. I think that the white and light gray will be good to use for this build. We can also make a couple of flower pots here, and we're going to need some glass, so I need to collect some sand. All that's left now is to craft some spruce, dark oak, and jungle materials using the wood we have. Now we can take the portal down, temporarily of course, and map out a small tower in the back corner, and a couple of rectangular rooms on the two sides. Okay, so this is the basic outline. For this rectangle, the deep slate will only be 2 tall. I'll add a fancy trim alternating between the brick slabs and tile blocks. Let's extend the spruce pillars up as well, to be above the deep slate walls. Now the rest of this is going to have the tiles going up for longer, then I'll move it to deep slate brick, cobble deep slate, and tuff for the tower. Okay, we've got the majority of the deep slate structure down. Next I'll use more tuff to start the main wall of this low-level room. On top, rings of acacia logs and grey terracotta. To top it off, let's use the copper slabs. And we should add in some windows to break this up. For some shutters on these, I'll use spruce trapdoors. And we can frame everything in even more with spruce fences on the corners. On the other side, I'll place a layer of mud bricks, and I'll repeat a similar pattern to what we did down there, up here. As you can see, I did a dark oak trim above this room instead of the spruce, and the dark oak is what's going to be the trim of the roof. So let's add a row of dark oak slabs on the top of the spruce fences, and I'm using the dark oak for the outer edge of this balcony, but the main floor of this will be spruce to match the pillars. Okay, now I think it's time we add on the roofs. As you can see, I've gone for a darker roof. I used the nether brick and cherry wood because they're very similar in color, and for the rest of it I worked it up to muddy roof, just like we did on the ancient tower. We can fill the in-between bit with white terracotta for a lighter color that isn't completely white. All that's left to do now is make the door archways out of mud bricks, and finish the tower. And with that, the outside of the nether base is complete. In the tower I do want to have a bell, but not an actual one just made out of a gold block. The fastest way to get gold since I'm out is by going to the nether and sneakily grabbing some without Piglin seeing. It doesn't sound easier when I say it out loud, but it is quicker. I'm planning on having the portal up here on the second floor, which doesn't exist at the moment, so it can be floating here for a bit. This location isn't far from where the original one was, so I'm assuming it'll connect to the right one in the nether. Yeah, we're good. I just realized that I am not wearing gold, but it doesn't matter anyways because we're going to anger some pigs by stealing gold. Ah, friggin' ghast. Alright, we found enough gold nuggets for a full block. Now before we return to safety, I want to grab some crimson foliage, a little grass, and some plants, and this hanging vine stuff. I also want some of the crimson wood, so let's chop some trees too. Well, that's enough of that. It's good to be back. And we can build the spell in the tower. I'm using dark oak fences to hang it from, and I'll extend it down to the middle of the windows. There, you can kind of see it from here. The first thing I'll use the crimson wood for is to make some doors and trapdoors to cover up the portal entrance, and hopefully protect it from having any stray creatures wandering in and out of it. To start working in here, we need a better floor. To make that, let's use basalt with the cobbled sides showing, and dotting in some cobbled deep slate. Oh, that scared the crap out of me. What the heck? You know, maybe we just block this up for now. Hang on though, my dude, I want to get a boat and keep you. Hey, where did he go? I can't find him. Dang it. Well, now I kind of want another one. But back to the floor. Okay, I've got a basic design set out. I've used a bit of the crimson grass for this area, and we can continue with the red in the middle here with a carpet. As for this section, I'm thinking some crimson planks, and I do need to fill the gap in the walls, but I don't want to use that much tuff, so I'll craft some stone bricks. This is one thing that would be made a lot better with the new tuff bricks. The next thing we need in here is a staircase to actually get to the nether portal, and this is another thing we can use stone bricks for. Let's have some torches recessed in the stone, and I'll cover them a little with the crimson trapdoor. For the floor up here, I don't want to do anything that will clash with what we've got so far, so the best option would probably be more basalt, but this time polished. There we go, the portal is at least on solid ground now, but we've got this overhang outside-ish area that needs a floor, and that means that this whole space needs to be connected. So I did mud bricks out there, and a granite checkerboard inside, separated by a wall of nether brick fences. I also put up a couple of mangrove chandeliers to light it up in here. Let's also have nether brick fences in here to block the portal area off from the rest of the interior. For some storage, we can have some barrels next to the portal, in case I need to quickly clean up my inventory. And we could also put an armor stand in this nook, to keep my gold armor on. Downstairs, I'll place a few more stands to eventually have some cool armor on. I need something to fill the tower with, since I'm not going to do much with this space. And the way I'll do that is by spamming bookshelves around. Now that we've got a lot of the structural stuff down, we can move on to the smaller details, like adding a shelf in the entryway, and another in the big hall, with barrels stacked on top. One thing I thought would go well in here is soul campfires. A few on the shelves make it feel more like a nether sort of space, with the blue flames, and to add some movement in here. A lot of the plants I'll put in here will be from the nether, of course, but just a couple of bamboo pots will break up the intense red a bit. I've also made some decorated pots to create a few big plants with mushrooms and netherwort blocks. I've just discovered that you can put a lantern in a decorated pot like this, so let's stack a couple up and have this be the lighting in this corner. In between these, I'll place some nether grass for some planting boxes and fill them with plants. And I've made this little growing station for the vines too next to the boxes. If we put a lantern in a pot, we must be able to do a torch, right? Yes, excellent. This doesn't really serve any purpose other than just being a different type of light, but we should fill these bookshelves with nether foliage as well. The last thing in here is some paintings, mostly to fill the blank wall in the entrance. It's pretty narrow, so there's not a lot we can do other than this. And that does it for the interior, I think. Outside, it would be nice to have a few more plant boxes as decoration on the lawn. I don't have a variety of plants left at this point, and I don't want to revisit the nether again today. It will be better once we have access to the warped plants, but for now maybe we just put a couple pots on the bridge as well, with the crimson roots. With that, I think that the nether base is finished. It feels very medieval in here, and the decor does fit the nether theme. We've got plenty of plants in the main room here, so that we can eventually grow stuff in the overworld without having to go back to the nether. The portal itself is kind of hidden away up here, but that's good because I don't want anything wandering out and around my area. Plus this will hopefully protect Daisy from getting lost in there. But with that, I am just glad to have survived the nether today, so that is all of the time that I've got. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.